Hi everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel where I discuss things about autism from the perspective of being autistic. How's everybody doing? So I figured I'm going to start kind of discussing certain topics you'll hear about in autism, like descriptions of them and some explanations with it. Because I did like a quick one, like I think for the last video or the video before, and I thought that would be a little interesting. So this first one I'm going to discuss is echolalia. I might be pronouncing it wrong, so bear with me. Pronunciations are just already not my forte, and sometimes there's big words for these kinds of things. So echolalia is the repeating of sounds, words, and phrases. While this is a normal thing for small children learning to talk, people with autism will continue to have this throughout adulthood and forever, basically. It can even be a way of vocally and auditorily stimming. So obviously vocally stimming is just, obviously vocally stimming. You are stimming from having sounds or words coming out. But also at the same time, it can be auditorily stimming because you could like the way the word or phrase sounds. You can like how the weird sound. And then something else to note, of course, is that it's not only just autistics that do this, okay? It's seen in lots of other things as well. For instance, you can see it in congenital blindness. It's in intellectual disabilities. You'll see it in developmental delays and language delays. It's seen in Tourette's and schizophrenia, and then there's some others as well, but that is like a big group of them that you'll see this in. And I am personally somebody who has had echolalia for as long as I can remember, and I am somebody who had language delay. I didn't start talking until about 4, and I have memories of being little, and after I thought something was funny in a movie, I would repeat it. In particular, I have this memory of watching Mrs. Doubtfire with my family, and there's the scene where a guy tries to rob Robin Williams in the Mrs. Doubtfire attire, and obviously he still has his purse, and that he's just like, "You bastard." And I said that, and literally my brother was like, and my mom's just like, "Oh, honey, you can't say that. It's not a curse word. I mean, you can't say that because it is a curse word." And I hadn't heard it, at least not that I remember. And so, but I had a habit of doing that. I would just repeat things, and I still do. If I find something that I think is really funny, or it's just really just, tickles my brain, I'm gonna repeat it right after. I do it a lot with certain phrases. For instance, one big one I have right now is if I'm getting really weirded out, or, it's just I'm getting grossed out, like even when I'm with my kids, I'm like, I'm gonna call the police. And I do this a lot too, even when it comes to like people I love. If somebody I love has said something, even if it's been like more than once, I didn't adopt it into my own vocabulary, and I use it all the time. For instance, the I'm gonna call the police. One of my best friends said it, and now I can't stop using it because I think it's hilarious. I also have always been into doing weird sounds, like clicking my tongue, you know, doing the little things like that. In fact, just the other day when I was working, me and the 6-year-old boy that I watch were having this like going back and forth of just doing the same sound because he also tends to vocally stim a lot, and sometimes I'll do it with him because I'm like, yeah, that's what we're doing right now. And we had a little back and forth the other day. And that's where like things like my autism and working with children just works really well, you know, because then they're like, oh, you like that sound too? Let's do it. Like, let's have this match off of us just like sounding like pterodactyls to each other. And I enjoy it, they enjoy it. It's a fun time. But yeah, I've done this for as long as I can remember. I still do it. Like I said, like a big one for me is if I think something's really funny, I'm gonna repeat what they just said. It's like almost too, I think, a way to process what I heard too, because it's like, it's really funny, and like I'm gonna say it again because I'm just like, oh my god, that's just really funny. A lot of times I'll use a lot of my favorite shows or movies quotes constantly and throughout the day, and it makes me really happy though when somebody knows where a certain phrase is from, because then I know, okay, cool, they might like one of my special interests then. Plus I really love when it's a phrase that I can use where it's like, if I'm around kids, it's not inappropriate, but like it came from like something that is like an adult show, like not something like a phrase that's not like necessarily adult wise, but it's something I could still use, but also, you know where it's from, and it's okay for me to say. But yeah, this is a short video. A lot of these where I kind of go into depth with the terms might be shorter, but I'm trying to think of a combination of some short content to put on here, but also some long content to add in here. If anybody has any suggestions or things that they would like to know more about, please comment below and let me know, because you'll be helping me and I'll be helping you, and it would be great. I would even do like a question and answers kind of episode if I were to get enough feedback to put it into a video. But yeah, so that is echolalia, which I might not be pronouncing right. So just pay attention to the spelling mainly when I title this, so you know. And I will see you guys next time. Thanks for staying tuned, and please like and subscribe and share with your friends. Bye.